Hello and welcome to Redefining the Significance of You Time for You, by you, because of you. My name is Denise Drinkwalter, and I'm a midlife renewal coach supporting women worldwide to lean into and realize the importance of you. This channel aims to provide you, the viewer, with some takeaways that will help you shift, change, reevaluate, and or become way more aware of what is possible. We have a variety of guests, and today we have a very special guest that I can't wait to introduce. These people that come onto my show are so incredible, and they get to share wherever it resonates for them. So every one of us has had that infamous free time where sometime in our lives we feel guilty or embarrassed or maybe even wrong for taking out time for ourselves. Well, we are here to change that and to support you to see what is possible when you take time for you, by you, because of you. It is such an honor and a privilege to introduce our very special guest, Constance Hart, a true pioneer in the field of color psychology and internationally recognized expert in color therapy. Constance's journey with color began in her childhood, surrounded by the vibrant hues of her father's art supplies. But it was a mystical encounter with a clear quartz crystal in her early 20s that ignited her passion to explore the deeper dimensions of color and its connection to our emotional well-being. For nearly 3 decades, Constance has been at the forefront of color therapy and psychology. Her wisdom through workshops, trainings, and conferences worldwide. She is the founder and developer of Conscious Colors and Color Aroma, and she has touched the lives of thousands, offering a holistic approach to emotional wellness that goes way beyond the surface. With 28 years of specialized experience, Constance has become a trusted mentor to wellness professionals, transformational coaches, and creatives alike. Through her conscious colors modality, she empowers her clients and students to navigate life's changes and emotions with confidence and optimism, dispelling doubts and fears along the way. Please join me in welcoming Constance as we explore the transformative potential of color and learn how to harness its power to cultivate a life with vibrancy, balance, and joy. Oh, I'm so excited to have this conversation today. Hello.
Hi, Denise. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I love your work. I love that you're empowering women and supporting their self-worth and inner empowerment. I'm happy to be a part of your show and supporting in the ways that I can.
I love that. Thank you so much. Don't we absolutely have a beautiful opportunity to do the work that we get to do by supporting women globally? What a gift we have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Please tell me about what is color therapy. When you say color therapy and match it with well-being, I perk right up and I'm like, wait a minute, how can color help me with well-being? Please give me Cole's Notes version of how this is even possible.
Well, it is possible. There's so much more to color than meets the eye. And if we all just think about it for a moment, we all have a relationship with color all day, every day, throughout all of our days. And color is affecting us energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, whether we're aware of it or not. And the truth of the matter is, we actually are aware of it. If you really sit and think about it, it's like, why did I choose that color for my car, or why did I choose that color paint for my home, or why did I choose to wear this top today? We're making choices based on really the emotional content of these vibrations of light that in our human form we see as color. So we're in a constant conversation with our emotions through color.
Wow.
And I'll continue to speak
Yes, please
if you
do.
don't interrupt me, I'll just go.
Yes, you go. I love this.
So what I do and what I've been doing is I've really been, well, I'll say I've been touched by a special gift of this communication with colors as energy that I've had for decades, and then really being able to translate that in a way that everyone can understand. Um, so there's two phases to my work in conscious colors, and there's two phrases that you may start to hear now. Denise, you mentioned color therapy, and then I also focus on color psychology. So we have the psychology of colors that those of us that are professionals in this field, and there aren't many, but I'm in touch with other global leaders in the color psychology realm. And what's interesting is, culturally, we have maybe different associations with color, yet in society, we make agreements about particular colors. And those agreements are coming from the fact that inherent to each color is what I say each color has its own personality. So you can't make bright red peaceful and you can't make pale blue stimulating. So, where the psychology part comes in is we're working with these inherent properties of how colors affect us and utilize them to impact the mind and connect our conscious mind, our thoughts, and our intentions with, think of it as like a talisman, or an ally that you have with you that you can attach to. All right, when I want to feel joyful, or when I need to feel joyful, or when I'm feeling depressed and sad or unclear and I want to have more joy in my life, there are a set of colors or one key color that you can turn to that then becomes your ally in guiding your emotions. So we're not, as a color psychologist, I'm not taking people away from those challenging emotions, because we all have them and they're the great part of what helps us change and grow and experience life as a human being. And really, we say you can't get to the lightness without the darkness. So you can't get to a positive emotion without going through a challenging emotion. But we can utilize knowing where we want to bring our mind, hence conscious colors, where we want to focus our attention to augment those emotions. And then also, like I said, have a talisman or an ally or something that you can count on throughout your days to help shift. And the color therapy part is then how are we going to, what tools can we utilize to provide color therapeutic wisdom? How can I tap into the therapeutic benefits of color to affect, colors actually do affect our physical organs, our glands, our nervous system, our mind. And that's where I created color aroma, and actually having an external source of color that we start to connect with in a deeper fashion.
Amazing. I was going to ask you, tell me about color aroma. So, is it something that people would know? I need to be more joyful. I'm down in the dumps. I need to find yellow. Or is this something that's the work that you do, is show them colors that match with who they are, where they are on the continuum of their journey? How does that work?
Yeah, great question. So I created a modality for lay people or professional practitioners, both alike, can tune in to the conscious colors modality. And at the base of this modality is really 13 key colors, and they're each associated with a jumping off point a jumping off mood or emotion. So I really encourage people not to get stuck into, well, yellow is joy and green is balance. And even though on, like as an example, on the yellow color aroma, it does say, oops, I'm not,
Okay.
it
Yep.
does say yellow, I am joyful. And that's really like yellow's promise. And then there's all sorts of other emotions and moods and realities, of course, that go along with fully realizing joy. So, to back up and answer your question more pointedly toward color aroma, what I did was create pure essential oil blends that take the wisdom of how, let's use yellow as yellow as an example. Yellow is very stimulating and very awakening. It's very cleansing and purifying. So the essential oils in that color aroma blend, sandalwood, lemon, and bergamot. Lemon, as we know, as some of us know, is very cleansing. It's always used like in detoxing and for purifying and cleansing our system. Well, it has that same effect when we inhale lemon.
Mm.
When we inhale lemon oil, it has a very purifying effect. And the bergamot oil in there is nature's number one antidepressant essential oil. So I'm taking the qualities of the essential oils, and sometimes the way the flower blooms, is it expansive or is it contractive, and
Mm.
utilizing all of that to create an a feeling. The minute you mist the yellow color aroma mist, or you use the color aroma oil on your palms and inhale it, you immediately get a deeper sense of the color yellow through its aroma
Mm.
based on how that aroma is making you feel. So it connects the feeling with the thought, with the intention.
Beautiful, which makes it holistic, right? The
Yes.
whole, just everything. Wow. Has it been um, a journey for you to explore? I mean, you just shared, it depends on where the flower, if it's opening, if it's closing, where it is in its life cycle. What do I use for that component? Did this take a lot of research and time to create all of what you have available? Because I can't imagine, like you say, it's a jumping off point where you give them that starting point. But how in the world, I mean, you shared about you've got the gift. How did all that come together for you?
Mm. Well, meditation is really the basis of
Beautiful.
my experience, my life, my modality. And I've been teaching meditation and very esoteric yoga practices, which are really all around meditation since 1990. So I'm going into my 30, what is that, 34th year there with that. And really, it was in a deep meditation that I began
Mm.
to quite honestly channel and intuit these blends. It took about 2.5 years to create that. And then through all the thousands of classes and workshops I've taught, the modality of conscious colors, and really this communication with colors and how they can support each of us, and having daily allies, and really turning our intentions into manifestations, is really where conscious colors is now has now landed. I've had my company for 27 years, and over 27 years it has continued to evolve as the collective is available to, receive more change and want more. So as women, I think, like you teach so beautifully, we're becoming more empowered. We're wanting more empowerment. We're taking more time out to serve the self before we serve others. And so part of that for me as a teacher and visionary and guide is really changing with the times and expanding with the times. And the truth
How
of the matter is, we have everything we need
mm,
right here. We just need to learn how to tap into the power. So
beautiful.
that's what I'm up to.
I love that. I love how you've evolved as the greater good has evolved. And it just makes so much sense to me. Are you able to share um, what it could look like if somebody reached out to you and said, I heard you on the show. How do I find out more? What do I need to do to access your brilliance? Because I'm intrigued, but I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm probably speaking about myself right now.
Well, I love that. And I love supporting coaches. I love supporting transformational coaches and wellness professionals, but I also love supporting creatives and design professionals and just color lovers as well. And and really emotionally sensitive people. So the first thing I would do is definitely go to my website consciouscolors.com, and there will be an opportunity that pops up for you to sign up for my e-news. And when you do that, and you can always choose, if that's not a fit for you, you can opt out. But when you do that, you're going to get a free ebook where I you get three deeply transformative meditative scripts for
Mm,
three key colors, and how to utilize these three key colors in your life and what their emotional conversation is with you. I have a series that's called Conversations with Colors. And this ebook is an excerpt from that, where you get the full guidebook with 13 colors and their emotions and their conversation. I really say, like I said at the beginning, that colors are communicators, and we're having a conversation, a communication with colors. So that's the first way to reach out to me, is to get going with that, because that'll give you at least something to have in your pocket, those three colors.
mhm,
And then really, for people that want to learn more about how to use color psychology for your own transformation or serving others, the first place really is that Conversations with Color series. It's a 5-week series, and you can read about that at the website as well. I do still offer one-on-one consulting. It's just basically down to 1 day a month for that. So you got
mm.
to get in quick.
I bet. I bet you do. How would somebody know which color is going to be the most helpful for them?
Oh, thank you for asking that question. That's one of
Yeah.
my favorite questions to help people with. And this can sound a little confusing when I say it, or not confusing, it can be like a little perplexing. How can two
I
opposites be true? So let's
I
say
love that.
perplexing. So two opposites can be true in any moment. And so the opposites I say is, how do you know? What was the question again?
How would I know which color is going to be the most helpful for me?
Yeah. Okay. So it can be the color you're most attracted to or the color you're least attracted to.
Ah.
What? Well, let me say, actually, the color that you are most attracted to in any given moment, and it does change over time, and it can change from morning to night. The color that you seem to be all of a sudden attracted to, or you have a strong attraction to, typically is going to be one of two things. It's either going to be a color, emotion, an emotional quality that you're very comfortable with. It's kind of like, I call it your comfort zone color. It could also be your power color, your own personal power color, because let's take you for an example.
Mhm.
You do a lot of speaking. Maybe you like turquoise. Turquoise is a great color which inspires, um, which activates inspiring others. It's a very inspirational color. So a lot of times I find that speakers and guides are really attracted to turquoise. Well, you're attracted to turquoise because you're very comfortable. That's like an ally for you. That's who you are. So then for that person, I would say, well, what's the color that you least like? And then we get to roll our sleeves up and really see what where there may be a deficiency in those emotions and moods that are connected to that color.
Mm.
So the way that I guide people is, okay, go ahead and take a look. I have a page at my website. It's the About Colors page. And you'll see, well, I'm not going to show it because it creates a lot of glare, but you'll see a wheel like this, and you'll
Sure.
see the basic moods there of the different colors. And you could just do a self reflection moment there and see, does this feel like a mood that I'm very comfortable in, or is this a mood that, is creating some friction or I'm not 100% aligned with? And then that's a color that we actually will start to open you up to. And when you learn it in the course, the course actually describes how you actually wouldn't start working with that color straight off. You would start working with baby step colors
Mm,
to work your way into that emotion,
sure.
just like we do in life. We don't jump from sad to joy overnight. There's a progression.
For sure. For sure. Oh my goodness. If you are listening or watching the replay, you are like me on the edge of your seat wondering, okay, so I'm thinking about all the colors that I like, and we need to jump in and check out Constance's website, which is in the show notes below. And I'm pretty sure it's an active link. If it's not, I will go back in and make sure that it is active. So all you have to do is click on it and it will take you right to the site. There was something else that Constance wanted to share with all those who are in the audience. So do you want to share what that is? And I will put it in the show notes following today's show.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I have a special I just love for people to get engaged with color in the ways that they can. So I offer a code 10 off to your listeners and viewers today, and that's $10 off any item on my website. So you could enroll in the course or you could get a color aroma, and you're going to get $10 off any item through the end of April with that 10 off code.
Thank you so much for giving that gift. And I hope that there are lots of people who jump in and start to explore the possibilities for their own well being, because that's what we're talking about. Taking time for you, by you, because of you, guilt free. And what a beautiful way to do it, by marrying and understanding more around color to enhance your own well being. So thank you, Constance. Is there anything that you would love to have our listeners hear from you that you haven't been able to say or we haven't tapped into yet?
Hmm. Um, well, yeah, I'll just say that, our emotional life is so rich, and it really is, I believe, what makes us human. So I also say there's so much more to us than just our
Mm.
humanness. There is, and I love your last newsletter was embrace your inner light. And that's really what we're doing when we connect with the frequencies and the vibrations of color, is we have an opportunity to embrace our inner light through this external source that is around us every day. And it just makes getting through life as a human, which is, filled with challenges and struggles. That's just part of being human. But any way that we can find to tap into that deeper resource of self that is beyond human, because we are, I always say, you're two yous, your human you and your light you. So any way that we can tap into the light self to help the human self, that's really what I'm a proponent of.
I love what you're saying. I'm envisioning a full circle here. The inner light, the exterior light, of which you do such a beautiful job in terms of the color work that you do. It is non judgmental. It is, we talk a lot about the outside world and how we interpret it. Light is non judgmental, but it's so powerful. Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
well said. I agree. Mm.
Thank you so much for your time, your gifts, and continue. Let's get that thousands into hundreds of thousands as you continue to spread your light, your gifts, and your talents in all that you do. So thank you again for being here. And if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure that you do, because you don't want to miss these beautiful, beautiful human beings that I get to have the honor and privilege of sharing space with and conversation. Have a great day, everyone, and make sure you check the show notes and get that 10% $10 discount. Take care, everyone. Thanks, Constance.
Thanks, Denise.
Bye.
Bye-bye.